up, everyone? Well, since I just reviewed for Halloween, well, I should say, played a game, which was relatively frustratingly difficult, even though I sort of enjoyed it, and of course reviewed a pretty good, decent game that some people may have liked, including myself for some of its aspects. So, well, for Halloween Horror Fest, I might as well bring in some movies while I'm at it. You know, ones that actually came out this year, to be exact. I'm not going to start like a big marathon of horror movies or any of that. Because obviously the AVGN does that for horror movie madness or whatever the hell it is, monster movie madness. So I'm just going to bring out one bad and one good that came out this year. Might as well get the bad out of the way. I always like saving the best for last, obviously. So I'll start out with one that actually came out surprisingly early this year. Yeah, late February. The film is Dark Skies. The reason I'm calling this a bad movie, not exactly terrible, but the reason is because of its uninspirational ideas that are interpreted into the film. Now, it's one thing for a film to actually be inspired by another film, to help this film. And obviously nowadays there's remakes up the wazoo. I mean, Christ, it's making our heads spin thinking about all this. And even films that are obviously remakes, even though they try to come up with an idea of their own. I mean, Christ, how many have we seen so far? And there's still remakes coming as it is. But it's one thing to actually, assume that this is a original idea and then go to see it and find out that it's completely unoriginal, every which way, at every which corner. Yeah, but this film, Dark Skies, wow, you'll notice so many uninspired ideas up the wazoo. Now, I will admit its premise. It definitely did try, judging by the trailer, and most of the time, the first trailer I remember seeing, it got, plenty of laughter, as you know. And I thought it would have been an interesting idea, and I thought it would have had some potential. But as I went to see it, yeah, it did look promising at the beginning opening credits. It was sort of like something out of a Twilight Zone kind of thing. But then as it started like modernizing itself, trying to stay modern with the whole like Modern Warfare reference and all that nonsense. And I know off the bat once he mentioned like pause menu online, I'm like, yeah, there's something definitely wrong there. And now with the whole, like something keeps breaking into their house type thing, they don't know what it is. Okay, come on, really? And they start all this weird shit starts happening. I knew off the bat something was wrong there. And I'm like thinking, I'm like saying, come on, really? Just come up with something scary already. Jesus, stop with this cliche building up suspense scenario already. Um, okay, let me think. Other uninspired ideas. You got the typical family problems. Come on, really? And then they put security cameras in. First of all, if the father this review does contain spoilers for people who haven't seen it. If you don't want to be spoiled and don't watch the rest of this video, I warn you. Otherwise, yeah, like the father, okay, he's trying to look for a different job, or a new job, whatever, and like he cuts off everything, the cable and everything, but how the hell is he able to afford to put security cameras in? Okay, yeah, security cameras, of course, trying to catch the burglar or whatever the hell he thought it was, but it's obviously aliens, okay, they never actually show them, you gotta go to see the movie in order to find out what they look like. They don't really show it that much, obviously, it's more like a shadowy type figure that they show. Okay, they obviously took this out of Paranormal Activity, too obvious. Okay, other uninspired ideas. Um, trying to think. Let me think. Like, when the mother sees that there's something wrong and the father doesn't believe her, and, all this weird shit happening. Okay, and she goes on, looks online and different things that happened, all this weird shit. Okay, they obviously sort of, I guess you could say, took that out of the Orphan movie. And at least in my perspective, one person believes and everybody else doesn't. Okay, and they go to see a professional about it. I'd say again, just like Paranormal Activity, right there. Only guy that believes them and knows all about it, but they don't want to believe in it, even though they try to do something about it. Okay, they obviously took that out of there, and And okay, the dinner table scene where they're all protecting one another and reminiscing about past stuff that happened, you know, like, oh, do you remember when this happened? Okay, that obviously, to me, that took that right out of Signs, and I'm sure that's been done before to death. And but overall, I mean, all these flashbacks and all this weird shit that starts happening, I don't see how it really interconnects with one another. I don't see how it makes any sense to one another. Honestly, I just don't. It's all just random shit that happens. It tries to build up suspense, and I'd say there's a few jump scare scenes occasionally, but for the most part, the acting was pretty silly. The kid is 10 years old, and yet he hangs out with this punk kid. I mean, I gotta say, he's the most cliche type of trying to be cool type teenage kid. First of all, they aren't late in their mid to late teens. This is the kind of crap that you see like mid to late teenagers do, not kids who are like 10 to 12 years old. Okay, it watches a porno movie and all this crap, and come on, really? They really got the aging wrong on that right there. And yeah, pretty much the movie is nothing more than what you'd expect. If you're expecting a huge, almost uninspirational letdown, then prepare for one. For the most part, it does try, but I would say by very little. If I were to give it a final verdict, yeah, I give it, yeah, playing Wii Remote up, but one Wii Motion Plus down on this one. It's pretty lousy attempt. Just didn't really capture me very much. So, until next time, keep watching.
Get over here!